We have put aside an hour today to be able to celebrate that with you. And we've got some great options for you, some great machines and great ideas so that you can easily handle all of your crafting projects. As always, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to put our testimonial line up in just a sec, but we're going to start you off with a serger. This is called the Mod Serger, and this comes to us from Janome. This also includes a $25 gift card, which I'll talk about in just a sec, but it truly is the perfect machine for any type of project. It's got the power and precision for the bigger craft projects. So if you're hemming jeans, putting pleats in a dress, or you're creating beautiful quilts, it'll be ideal. It has 3 and 4 thread capability. It has the quick change rolled hem, differential feed, lots of accessories, and of course, that great $25 gift card, which it comes with as well. So as I said, we'd love to hear from you. We're gonna start off with this. It is on FlexPay. It is also $30 off today. FlexPay is only $53.99. And Jennifer Tryon is here, and she's gonna show us how we can use this. And you're gonna teach me lots of new things. And it's so funny because when I saw you this morning, she goes, I bet there's part of your outfits that have been serged.
Yeah.
Part of my outfit.
Because what I want you to do is just kind of turn over whatever it is that you're wearing, and I bet you can find that serged stitch.
Yeah.
It's sort of the unsung hero in the sewing world. It's kind of one of those, you know what, we like to compare it to the microwave in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you've got a stove, like a sewing machine, you know, you can pretty much sew whatever it is that you want to sew. But once you have a microwave, boy, is that handy. Can you live without the microwave now?
Right.
I mean, that's what it's like with a serger. And let me show you, I'm just gonna come over to this machine here, because I'm partway through making a pencil skirt. And I'm using this gorgeous fabric from Girl Charlie, which you'll be able to buy too. I mean, you're gonna get a $25 gift card as a sweet little bonus. I mean, I love whoever thought of that idea.
Yeah.
To be able to get some great knit fabrics, because that's, I mean, the serger will take any kind of fabric, but it's especially good for knits. And that's exactly what I'm using here, is I'm just going totally down the entire seam, and I'm gonna show you that serge stitch. And can you see here, I'll move out of the way so the camera can get in. It's cutting as it's finishing the seam.
It's trimming off.
It trims all of your frayed edges, so it gives you that nice straight edge. And then look at the finish that you're able to achieve. This is a real professional finish. Yeah. This is what's gonna make the difference between your clothing or whatever project that you're making looking like you made it yourself versus looking like you know, it's designer, it's professional.
So talk to me about the importance, because it says, you know, 3 and 4 thread capability. Why is that important?
Well, so it's for different techniques. So I've got 4 threads. That's what's giving me this look here. Now, if I move over to this machine over here, I've only actually got 3 threads going, and that's because on this machine, you can do a whole different technique. I've got it loaded up here to do a rolled hem. So the rolled hem, let's say you wanted to do napkins for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, if you wanted to customize your table. It's just a different stitch depending on whether you use 3 or 4. Now this stitch is very, very close together. It's taking all those little jaggedy edges of just my piece of fabric here, and look how fast it is. It's, wow. And then look at the difference.
I've seen that finish on lots of things.
Of course, now so this rolled hem finish essentially means that you don't need to roll this over and then roll it over again and then do a stitch and have all that bulk. You can leave this now and turn this into a cloth napkin or a placemat, or let's say you did a tablecloth, a table runner, and the seam is totally finished. And look at how fast the serger is. This is why we like to compare it to the microwave.
Yeah, look at this.
Because it's going 1,300 stitches per minute. The average sewing machine only goes about 800 stitches per minute. This one, you're whipping right through. Plus, remember, you're trimming off as you're going all of those frayed fabrics.
So that's not a separate step, that's all included.
Exactly, it's all included. Let me show you, this is the, did I do all 4 edges? Okay, let's take this one now. And I'll bring it back over to this machine.
Okay.
Let me show you the before. So this is a woven fabric, beautiful for winter and fall. But look at the edges. It's just gonna continue to unravel. So can you see the fraying that's gonna happen here?
Yeah.
As
the stitches are just falling apart,
exactly.
right?
So with a sewing machine, I'd have to fold it once, and then I'd have to fold it again. But if I wanna make this infinity scarf, which is what I've got, 2 yards of fabric here, so a big, long stretch, fold it in half, right sides together. I'm gonna run the double layer through the serger.
I love the light,
here.
and that's built into this too, so if you have any issues seeing, you can see it's got a nice light.
Exactly.
Right?
Nice illuminated surface.
And look what it's doing. Can you see how it's...
Am I blocking it's trimming off. So
there
see,
it is, right
yes.
there. I'm holding it right there.
See, all that jaggedy edge is all getting trimmed off, and the serger is basically overlocking. That's why sometimes these are called overlockers. It's putting threads surrounding the edge of all of my fabric here, which is giving me this beautiful finish.
Yeah.
Like, check it out. That's with the 4 thread.
Look at how crisp that is. Wow.
That's a professional seam. That's the difference.
All right, so let me remind everybody, Dave, just for this day only, because as we said, we are celebrating, I guess, the end of National Sewing Month.
That's right, these deals won't last very long.
They won't last. So if you want to get this home, it only costs you $53.99 to get it home. Keep in mind, we're giving you the gift card. That's the $25 gift card for fabrics, and that comes to you from girlcharlie.com. So you can utilize that. This machine only weighs about 13 pounds, so you could easily port it around if you were taking it to any of your craft events or things like that. Here's some of the basic, I shouldn't say basic, but these are some of the big features. We showed you before, and Jen showed you that it's either 3 or 4 thread capability. You have the differential feed. There's the retractable upper knife, the built-in threading dart. These are things, I don't really know what they are, but I'm trying to explain that they are. You can go through.
So why don't I take you on a little tour of the machine? Because I'm just finishing the end of my, Hey,
listen, I appreciate what this does, because I'm sure like 75% of the things in my house probably have used a serger.
Absolutely. Right? Every piece of clothing that you own has a serge stitch on it, guaranteed. That's because you bought it from a store and a professional made it. And this allows you that professional finish in your own home at an insanely good price.
A lot of even like a lot of the NFL quilts and things like that that have the finished end, they look exactly like that, right?
You take just a plain piece of fleece, with your favorite team or, the cute fleece for kids, and just serge all around the edge. That's all you have to do. So let's go on a little tour of this machine, because at this price point, I want to point something out. At this price point, it's very rare to find a machine that's going to open from both sides. And that sometimes you'll find them and they just open from the front. This makes it much, much easier to thread. And people sometimes shy away from getting a serger because they're worried about the threading process. Because it's true, it is a little more cumbersome than threading your regular sewing machine. However, just take a look. Everything that you need to know about threading the machine, Janome has put right here in a color-coded user guide, because it's all about ease of use. Janome wants the user experience to be top-notch. So you don't have to go digging for your manual. Yes, it's gonna take you more than 30 seconds to thread this, but once it's threaded, it stays threaded. You're not constantly changing the thread like with a sewing machine.
And it's right there.
And it's all color-coded.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are YouTube videos galore on how to do this. It even comes with a DVD.
Yeah.
So, you are gonna be taken care of. Give yourself, a little bit of time when you get it home. And let me tell you, you're gonna get it home and it comes threaded.
Yeah.
So you can take it out of the box. It's got the cones of white thread already on there. I've changed it out to black here, but you're gonna be good to go right out of the box. So yes, it's a little intimidating at first when you're like, oh, should I, how am I gonna thread it? You will be able to figure it out. It's not impossible.
Yeah, and I imagine the more you do it, the better. You'll get it very quickly.
Sure.
But boy, once you do get it, think about the world that it opens up for you and the things that you can do yourself, like we said, whether it's crafting projects, whether it's holidays right around the corner. I mean, honestly, what have we got? We've got about 3 months till Christmas.
That's exactly right.
So think about the different projects and things you can create. And I also love that a lot of the things that you're making, they're not real complicated pieces. You're doing scarves and you're doing things like napkins and runners, which are great things to start on.
And these are things that people just generally end up spending a little more than they should for.
Right.
This is gonna be an infinity scarf, and you can see I've just made it live on the air here. It's not taking any time at all. 2 yards of fabric, which of course you're gonna be able to get with your gift card from Girl Charlie that's coming as just an extra bonus in this bundle. And I just feel like, you know, I could give all of my sisters one of these beautiful infinity scarves this year for Christmas, and not spend $50 or $60 on it. You know, essentially you can spend $25 on fabric and be able to make 4 or 5 scarves out of it.
And we're going to give you the $25 gift card for your fabric, so even there, your first, you know, your first holiday gifts will be paid for if you get the Girl Charlie card. Well, when you get that card with it, if you pick this up.
And look at this.
Look what you just did.
Just in the time that we've been on air.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's cute, right?
Yeah,
for fall?
and don't you, and you know what? And it's amazing that in creating that, I mean, literally, you cut the fabric and then you just pieced it together. That's all you did. And you've created one-of-a-kind looks. Hey, I want to remind everybody really quickly, Jen, too, that we're also, we're streaming live on Facebook. So if you have any questions for any of the ladies in the show or me, you can ask them right there. Just log on to HSN's Facebook page and we'll be good to go. So questions, anything you have, because a lot of people will have some questions, I think.
For sure.
Like you said, you know, there is that little bit of level of intimidation. But hey, listen, this item's brand new. We're taking it out of the gate with a little bit of a discount for $30 off. Not to mention it's also free shipping, and this is not free to ship. It's expensive. We've got Betty with us and Lisa's shopping with us right now.
Hi, guys.
So welcome aboard, you guys. Thanks for being here with us today. So all kinds of great stuff. What else have you got? Is that little kids' clothes?
I mean, if you're wondering what do you use the serger for, first of all, you can use it for anything, but it's particularly great if you want to try your hand at making clothing. So anything with knits that's stretchy, the serge stitch allows for stretch in a way that the regular sewing machine doesn't, because a straight stitch is very, very rigid. This, however, you can see moves with the clothing, which is why it is just optimal.
Yeah, it's like springy.
Exactly,
right?
It's optimal for knits. So yeah, little kids' clothes, yoga pants, leggings. I mean, come on now. They're just so cute, and you can make them in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The serger is so fast.
I wish my mom had this, because, you know, there was a long time ago where my mom started making us clothes. Yeah. And my older brother and I would probably like to forget that period where she was making us clothes.
Speaking of clothes.
I have to tell you this. We have pictures of me and my brother Darren. My mom made us pants, and she put there was an elastic band. There was no zipper on it. So they were stretchy, and they were vertical stripe, and they were like green and brown and blue stripe. Oh, Lord. And the bottoms were just frayed because she didn't know how to hem the bottoms.
Well, and that's it. Like they didn't have the tools back then that we have now. And it is all about having the right tools.
I gotta bring that picture in one of these days.
For sure, I want to see it. I want you to Facebook it.
We're fishing, and you've never seen two more miserable teenagers.
Oh my gosh, you were a teenager when you had to wear it?
Yeah, I was probably like 8. My brother was probably like 11 or 12, so maybe we were just before that. But you were holding these fishing poles, and you think we'd be happy, but it was because the clothes, we didn't have zippers and things.
And you know what? It is about having the right tools. Like, I made the skirt I'm making a little pencil skirt right now. In fact, this pattern comes with your $25 gift card. I made this skirt that I'm wearing live on Facebook the other night.
Look at how nice.
And really, I mean, don't tell me you think I made it myself, because I don't want to hear, but it doesn't look
I would never know that, obviously.
I said, I'm going to make what I'm going to wear on the air. It's going to turn out that well. And you're getting the pattern for this skirt, the one I'm just making here too, with your $25 gift card free, just as a little bonus.
Well, and again, you know, if you have a traditional sewing machine and you've always wanted a serger or you want to upgrade, this is a great time to be able to do it. I know my mom could have utilized this. You know what? And to my mom's defense, she started sewing because she had inherited one of those Singer old school, you know, with the foot pedal down that you would manually do. And it was built into a wooden table. I mean, it was an antique.
But
it was
you know
gorgeous.
what? At the time, that's what they had.
That's what you had. Yeah.
And now it's like, you know what? We don't have to just hand sew anymore. You don't have to just be, you know, locked into a straight stitch. Now you've got the ability to bring home a completely professional finish. I mean, take a look. I've already turned this right side out. Let me do this one. Take a look at just how these stitches look. I mean, this does not look homemade.
No, that looks like because professionals utilize this type of technology.
This is exactly the kind of machine that professionals use. And when you're taking a look at the machine, at this price point, you're getting a completely open body. You're able to retract the knife if you want to do that. You're able to adjust the tension very, very easily. It's not got the 4 knobs on the front, so it's very, very user-friendly. And everything is color-coded. So yes, threading is not like your regular sewing machine, but it's not impossible. Janome has said, no, we don't want to have to go fishing for your manual or watch a YouTube video every time you have to thread it. We'll put a little guide right on the machine, right where you need it. And you know what, Guy? For years, I did not have a serger. For years, I just had a regular old sewing machine, and I thought, oh no, one day when I'm a good enough sewer, I'll justify getting a serger.
Right.
You know, one day that'll happen. Then I stumbled upon, my friend's mom was getting rid of an old Janome. I got it for 50 bucks. So I was like, okay, good. Now I have, it was from the 80s.
Right.
Total workhorse, still works to this day. And so I got a serger and I got to use it.
Yeah.
And then the light went on for me. It was like, I was never gonna wake up one day and be a good enough sewer to warrant a serger.
Right.
It was the serger that made me the good sewer.
Isn't that so funny? Yeah, because and you put it off, put it off, put it off.
And put it off.
Listen, this is brand new, and again, it's gonna do so much for you. This is everything that you get when you order, everything that you're gonna possibly need to show you how to use it and to utilize it to its best capability. By the way, it comes with a 25-year warranty. My goodness, well, you had just mentioned how you've had yours forever, but get yourself one of these. You know, if you were at that level where you're like, you know what, I've always wanted one, but you know what, maybe I'm not that serious. When you get this, it takes you up to that next level. It takes you up to that next notch, so to speak. And today it's only $53 and change to get it home. We'll ship it out for free. And by the way, we don't own the trucks, so we do have to pay that shipping for you. And it weighs about 14 pounds. So take advantage of that. Free shipping and handling today, 638-058. All right, we're gonna step away for 1 sec, and you're gonna stick around.
Yeah.
We got some really cool stuff coming up next, so be right back on National Sewing Month.
Shop like a VIP with the HSN credit card. Apply now and instantly get $10 off when you're approved. As an HSN card member, you'll get all kinds of perks, like extra flex on jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases all day, every day. Plus VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, and there's no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
Back, everybody. Hey, listen, we're gonna kind of shift gears, not shift gears, but kind of slide over a little bit into more of our crafting stuff. Any of you out there who shops with us for our crafting shows knows about Crafter's Companion. And I know a lot of you are out there and you're thinking, Guy, don't start telling me about holiday already, but it is already, we're almost at holiday season right here. It's the end of September. October is here.
Yep.
A lot of you crafters out there have your Gemini and you love it, love it, love it. Maybe you got it here and you're always looking for other things to add to your system. Well, we've got a really good deal today, and it's our Crafter's Companion mini holiday multimedia dies. We actually have the festive holiday ones, or we have the what we're calling our woodland creatures. These are absolutely adorable, and they're perfect for all your festive projects that you're going to be doing coming up. These obviously these are designed to cut through the heaviest materials. So whether you're doing multiple layers of fabric, or you're doing leather or denim or chipboard, whatever it is, you'll be good to go. So on the let me give you quickly your choice. So the mini holiday consists of 5 mini dies, which are called Winter Warmer, 6 dies of Santa, 6 mini dies reindeer, and then 6 minis are called Festive Treats. And then if you want to get the woodland creatures, you get the owl, the hedgehog, the fox, the deer, and you get all those as well. So these are great.
And just look at how
adorable,
cute. And you know, you're saying it's only September and we're talking about holiday. The makers and the crafters out there will know that if you want to get going on your Christmas stuff, you've got to start now. That way you can get it all ready.
Look at the owl.
I mean, come on. And now this we're doing out of felt, but this is the exact same die, but you can use it with paper too.
Yeah.
So look at the versatility you're getting in these bigger, thicker, deeper dies. So yes, you're using it for fabric, but you're also using it to cut multiple layers of cardstock. Do your Christmas tags, do your, you know, happy fall cards. You know, it's just, you don't have to just be a sewer. to partake in these bigger, thicker, deeper dyes. The reason why
look at the deer.
Yeah, it's so
Isn't he great?
Cute. And then, you know, you can do the deer not just on cards, but like, what about just frame him in an embroidery hoop?
Yeah.
You know, it's just so nice. This isn't just for the holidays, but put a little, instead of cutting out the brown nose, just cut out a little red nose for the holidays. And then this for springtime, it's so, so versatile. Let me show you how to cut them.
Okay.
Because this might be new to many people watching. We're using the Gemini, and this is a die cutting machine. And what that means is we're using these thin metal dies. So you can see here, I've got these thin metal dies that I'm just placing down on a couple pieces of felt. And I'm just laying them down here, and they are bigger, thicker, deeper, stronger than the average metal die. That means they can go through multiple layers of fabric, felt, denim, leather, core. I mean, you name it, you can cut it with these mixed media dies. And then I'm just offering the plates, which come with the machine, by the way, into the machine, and it is putting so much pressure on those dies.
Right
yeah,
through.
That's the normal sound. It's putting so much pressure that it's pushing that die right through the material. And so many people say, well, do they get dull because they're cutting? It's actually not like a scissor. It's not sharp, it's just a cutting edge.
Right,
And so it's like a pasta roller on steroids, just pushing right through. And now look at that, through double layer of felt. I've just managed to cut out the back and the front of the little gingerbread, plus the little dots for his tummy. And then he's got eyes, he's also got little squiggles, so that I can turn that with just a needle and thread. Of course, you could use your sewing machine if you want, into this little guy. And now if so you can put a pin on the back of him, but then this is what I've done with it, which I think is just so cute. Oh. I've also cut out the same shape in my cardstock, and with a little bit of adhesive on the back, I'm giving him as the gift on the card.
How cool.
I mean, why not?
Like look at it.
If you want to get creative this year, or if creativity is something that you feel like could be bubbling out of you, because oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I'm not that creative, you know, have the tools that take care of part of that for you.
Right.
Look at all of the different things that we're able to make with these dies.
And as you said before too, not just festive. I mean, all types of things, but you can obviously make them festive. And we have some that are, you know, the Santa and reindeer and all that stuff are obviously holiday oriented. But we also have the ones that are the woodland creatures, so you can do that. Can be all season long. These are $27.95 for each set. So grab them while you can. It really does allow you to kind of be so much more creative. It's on FlexPay $6.99. Reminding you we're streaming live on Facebook again, so if you have any questions for Jen or Stephanie, who's coming up in a little bit, we'd love to hear from you. We have on, now I'm gonna take a guess at this. It says Andre, because she wrote not Andrea. Oh. So I'm gonna write Andre, I think that's your name. She's on board with us, so hello to her and good morning. I think this machine, by the way, we're offering the machine, we'll talk about that in just a sec, but I love this kind of variety of little characters. Look at the little thing you hung here.
The mobile.
The mobile.
Isn't that just the cutest?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, imagine if you've got a new baby in your life somewhere to be able to create this. You know, they're gonna keep this forever. This is not gonna end up in the giveaway box once they no longer need it above their crib. It's gonna end up as an ornament in their room, the way those big plastic ones really will not, because look at just how cute. And, you know, these could also all be, you know, Christmas ornaments. You know, it just, with a different kind of fabric, a lot of those same creatures you can use in, you know, all kinds of different styles. Not only using felt or fabric, but of course using them with paper as well. Paper crafters out there can totally use these dies. They're the big, thick, deep dies.
Yeah.
So it gives you that versatility. And
easy to store because they just lay flat. You can put them anywhere in an envelope or whatever, and you have them whenever you need them.
Exactly.
Just a sampling of some of the ideas that you can utilize with this. So take advantage. I know it's a little early in the season, but it's never too early, realistically, for you crafters out there. You know, you're just getting ready.
Look at this for a little kid for Christmas. A little play scene. What? And they can move them all around and hide them. So cute.
Love it.
You'll love it.
Jennifer, great job. Thank you so much for being here. All right, it's $27.95 at 089818. As I mentioned before, we have a couple of other items I wanted to talk about really quick. This is our Crafter's Companion Gemini Sewing Bundle. If you would like to pick that up, you get the die cutter embosser machine. You get some great cutting plates to go along with that. You get all the shims and the dies. There's an easy to follow user manual as well. So if you'd like to pick that up, we've got that so that you can utilize those dies we were just talking about. And I think, Kyle, is it 5 flex just for today, right? Okay, so 5 flex of only $33.99 if you'd like to grab that. So, and I only have about 6 dozen remaining if you want to get that. So, you know, you saw us having so much fun with it. If you don't own a machine by now, get it. I mean, come on, think about how much fun you'll have for your holidays when you own the Gemini. And also wanted to remind you that we have available our subscription to the magazine, $12.49, or the magazine itself, 608-602 if you'd like to pick that up. It's always very popular here. And we have it on FlexPay for today for $3.32. So lots of great ideas and lots of fun projects and lots of ways to sort of keep in touch with what's going on out there in the world of crafting. Anyway, as I said, we are streaming live on Facebook, everybody, so welcome back in. We'd love to hear from you. We have Denise, we have Andre, we have Lisa, we have Betty. All of our gals are hanging out with us this morning and getting in the program of well, it's National Sewing Month, and all of September, thanks to President Ronald Reagan, who made it National Sewing Month many, many years ago. So if you're celebrating, we'd love to hear from you. We're gonna our feature machine is coming up next, and this comes to us from Singer, and it's called the Curvy. This is a fully computerized sewing machine. The foot package is huge. You get so many different feet to go along with this. But whether you are just learning or if you're a seasoned pro, the Curvy is really a great choice for you to do all kinds of things. It's so versatile. So any sewing tasks that you have, and don't forget it comes loaded with accessories. 197 built-in stitches. There's the automatic one-step buttonholer, auto stitch for the length and width. You have the drop-in sewing bobbin, 13 different needle positions, and as I said before, fully computerized. Now, this machine is pretty expensive. It's normally $499.95. Today, if you get it, and that's showing you all the stuff that you get. By the way, those individual little feet, 30, 40, 50 bucks a piece for some of them. So those are all included. But if you buy it today, it's $150 off. It's on FlexPay of $69.99. And as I said, no matter what you're doing, it's a great way to get started, even if you are just a beginner. Stephanie Rance, good to see you. I don't get to work with you very often because I don't do a lot of sewing shows, so it's good to see you.
Well,
first of all,
you're missing out on all the fun.
I am missing out on a lot of fun. And you know, when we had our little meeting before, we went over and we showed everything that you got, and Stephanie's like, oh my gosh, all the things that you get to go along with this, the bonuses are so great, and to have it all at $150 off is a great deal. So
Absolutely.
Anyway, and it's Singer.
It's Singer. I mean, how can we celebrate National Sewing Month without Singer, of course, the iconic brand that's been around since, gosh, 1851, so over 160 years perfecting sewing and the sewing machine that we all love. So let's jump right in here. Now this, as you said, is a computerized machine. So basically what that means is it's kind of like having an assistant in the craft room with you. You know, our hands are always so busy, but you can do 6 one-step automatic buttonholes with this machine. You can stitch 225 different stitches from basic, stretch, to decorative. You name it, you can do it with this machine. It's pretty awesome. And speaking of which, you can also go through several layers of denim. Look at that. Yeah. So wouldn't it be great to just hem all of your jeans and all of your pants and just make them exactly how you want? Now I'm just showing you this pure strength of this machine. I'm just going around and around. I'm using my free arm. I took off the accessory box and I'm using just free arm. I'm just going around and around denim just so you can get the pure force behind this machine. You can go through tons of nice heavy duty fabric and get great results as well. Nice even stitches without skipping. That's what we're looking for in a sewing machine. Similarly, you can also go through some delicate pieces as well.
Is that just tissue paper?
This is tissue paper.
Okay. I never thought about stitching.
You know, crafters like to save and use everything. Yeah. And so tissue paper is one of those things that I actually use my Singer steam press and salvage and save some of this tissue paper, and then you can just reuse it.
Well, it gets to show you whether it's heavy duty stuff or super delicate.
Absolutely.
It does the job. Yeah, look at that.
So it goes right through it, nice and easy. So this is gonna be very delicate on all your heirloom pieces, on that special piece of fabric that you've been saving and saving forever. It's gonna cut it really nicely, especially, you know, wedding dresses and things like that as well. So you're gonna absolutely love it. So let me go ahead and show you what 225 stitches look like. Woohoo! Oh, hello. I lost you.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're teeny tiny, you just disappeared. so this machine will do all these programmed stitches.
Yes, isn't that amazing? They're
Yeah.
beautiful. If you take a look at them up close, you can do all kinds of different things here. Now, I mentioned there's 225. There are, but in addition to this, you can change the width, the length. You can do, some of them will do mirror imaging. You can also use the twin needle and also the wing needles. So you can get lots of different effects even with the stitches themselves. So you're actually getting way more than 225, which in itself is a lot too.
Right, because each one has its own capacity to be changed and
Absolutely.
all that stuff as well. Hey, really quick, let me remind everybody too, because I know Stephanie's got a lot of stuff to show you, that we are streaming live on Facebook with questions, because a lot of you out there, you know, like, you may be like, hey, listen, I'm brand new to sewing. Is this machine gonna work for me? Just ask us, and we got the professionals here to talk to you about it. So we'd love to hear from you. Again, if you wanna get this home, why shop with us? It's $69 to get this home. You could try it out and take it for a test drive for 30 days before you even have to commit to it. If you don't love it for any reason, put it back in the box. We give you the envelope and everything you need to send it right back, and then you'll get your money back. But I really, for somebody that maybe just started sewing, or somebody that's like, you know what, maybe you just had your first baby and you're like, gosh, I would really love to make baby clothes or things like that.
Precious.
Or especially like now that holiday season is kind of upon us, maybe you want to make fun stuff for Halloween. Maybe you want to do like fall things for like Thanksgiving, right?
That's right, and craft or start early, man.
Yeah,
we are at those stores and we are making our stuff, and we love giving gifts. And that's the thing with the Singer sewing machine, is you're gonna get really nice professional results. For example, I'm actually stitching a buttonhole right now. Look where my hands are.
How you doing that?
I'm holding the baby, I'm on the phone, I'm changing the channel.
Oh, she's got
I'm eating a snack. I'm doing all kinds of things like that while I'm sewing at the same time. Isn't that amazing? Now, this is just one of the buttonholes that it will do, but you can think of all the places that you could put a buttonhole. I really like to use a sewing machine in unconventional ways as well. Like you could put a buttonhole maybe on a shirt and then hang your glasses through it.
That's smart.
You know what I mean? Like if you had it horizontally or vertically.
Like some like special super cool like beach shirts now come with that little
little
holder.
I love thinking outside the box. And once you have a sewing machine like this, you can totally do that. And we're also creative, and we love being creative, and you can do that. So here's the buttonhole right here. You just trim your little threads, and there you go. Isn't that amazing?
Easy.
Pretty cool. So we can also sew buttons. Buttons are amazing too. You can sew this when you're out the door. Maybe your button falls off your shirt instead of changing your outfit.
So if my mom had this, she could have put zippers and buttons on our clothes instead of just putting stretch bands on them.
Yes, I heard your story. Yes, I heard your story, and I felt bad for you.
Mom might be watching. She's probably a little upset. She's like, hey, listen, those were nice pants. I'm like, okay. But it's funny because now that was an old, you know, that was a sewing machine from the 1800s that she had inherited. It was a classic antique. So it didn't have things like the buttonholer and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, like this one I'm doing right
Yeah.
here. So I just stitched a button on, just in the amount of time we were chatting. Wasn't that cool?
Look how fast you did that.
Now, I did this pillow the other day, and this is like over 100 buttons. And I did this in like 30 minutes. It was amazing.
Just it's like decorative. Yeah.
Decoratively.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so you could use buttons decoratively, or you can use them, you know, utilitarianly, however you want.
Stephanie.
Isn't that fun? Kind of creates a texture. I love that. So the thing is about this machine is, yes, you're getting all these different, these feet, which are amazing. Oh my gosh, many of them are snap-on. I was just snapping them on, boom, 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 just as we were speaking. That's really great.
Can we walk over? Do you want to walk over real quick?
Yes.
And I'll actually follow you over. And you can show us, because this is the, look at the accessory.
Right.
I mean, look at all this.
These are amazing feet. These are going to allow you to do so many different things. Now, this is the thing about this machine is, yes, there's 225 stitches. You can manipulate different things. You're getting all of these different feet. If you are a beginner sewer, you can still buy this machine. You can create and make this machine as basic as you want. You can just use the straight stitch. 99% of items are made with just the straight stitch. So you can totally just use that, use your general purpose foot, and just go for it for as long as you want. And then when you're ready, you have the feet and the capabilities when you're ready to try a new technique. When you want to try something else on your baby's dress or on a new outfit or on your home decor curtains or something like that. It's going to be here for you. It's kind of like a smartphone. Do I know every single button and every single app on my smartphone? No, I don't.
Right.
But when I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to use this for something, then I go and I'm like, oh my gosh, I already have that. That's awesome. And I get so excited. That's what it's like having a sewing machine. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know how to sew already. It's like a smartphone. You know how to, once you get it, then you start playing around and you love it.
Stephanie, we have Beth that's online right now, and she's, because we're streaming live on Facebook, and so this is a good time to, she says, can you ask Stephanie, would this be good for beginners to learn how to sew?
Yes, absolutely, my dear. Oh my gosh, please, please, please. This is a great one. It's going to grow with you, just as I was saying. So you're not going to be stuck,
It doesn't look scary to me.
No, it's
you know what I mean?
Intimidating. Singer is sewing made easy, and that's exactly what this is. So let me show you another thing that you can do with this, is you can pop on another foot, just like I did. The stitch selection is super, super easy on the front here. There's these buttons, and they have wonderful icons that exactly match exactly what you need to do. So I'm just gonna go down here, and I'm going to select.
And there's a little, you guys can't see this, but there's a little movie screen right on it.
And now I'm gonna just put my foot down, and then we're gonna stitch across this cording. Isn't that fun? And you're just making a beautiful design, a beautiful texture.
Look how it's all lit up under here.
That's what I did right there on my napkins. And it is so simple. You can make these perfect for gifts for people, for the holidays. Anything. You can add this on stockings. You can add this on your clothing. This kind of little texture is why people are like, did you buy that? Where did you buy that?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, I made it.
I think we're gonna try to get the shot of the screen really in just a sec. So we turned it just a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Oh.
Well, what we wanted to see, there you go. Great shot.
Cool.
All right. So show everybody the panel again one more time.
Okay, so here's our panel. I want to show you some of the features as well here. So this is the computerized machine. So like I said, it's going to do some of the work for you. We have an LCD screen here. These buttons are super, super user-friendly, okay? On one half, we have continuous sewing. So I push this, and I can choose all these different stitches to go through. Pretty awesome. And these are just going to continue straight all the way through, or, if they're decorative, they're just going to continue. And then we also have buttonholes. These are our buttons. We're just going to select the one we want, and boom. Then on this side, when we're ready, we can do sequencing over here. So we have certain stitches that we can select. I can select this one, and then how about that guy? And then if I go down here, hey, oh wow, there's some some letters, and also some numerals.
How easy that is.
Isn't that amazing? So you just touch, and then I can actually stitch that out. So let's go ahead and stitch it.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, now listen guys, we're showing you, and I'm so glad that I think it was Beth came in and asked if it was great for people that are beginning. It really is. And I think the computerized part of it, it just makes it easier, gang. It's just gonna make your life a lot easier so that, if you're not a professional, you know what you're doing. All this, it's right there. I mean, I know I can see that's ABC. You can read that.
Exactly. You can spell it out.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it be great to label all kinds of different things?
Yeah.
I call myself a new mom, but I'm a new mom of a 3.5-year-old. So I don't know if I'm a new mom. Okay.
You're still pretty new.
So I love having the numerals and the alphabet because I stitch her name on all her clothes, on her baby bag, on all kinds of different things that she has to take to daycare.
Yeah.
Things that we just get lost here and there.
When they get older, you could do it on a backpack or wherever you could fit in there,
Anything, you could put it on a ribbon like this. So I just stitched out that funny little, just to show you that you can do the design, whatever designs you want, and some letters and a number, whatever you'd like. It stitches out beautifully. You can wrap someone's name. You can stitch someone's name out, put it around a glass, and that could be their place setting for the holidays. Isn't that fun?
That's what's fun about sewing is that, listen, sewing is not just, to make a hem. Sewing, there's so many creative sides, which is why, crafters love to have a great sewing machine as well because it can add so much, whether it's personalizing things or adding decorations and stuff like that. It's not just about, like, I said, Mom, we don't have zippers on our pants. It's not just doing things like that. It's so tightly, connected with the craft crafting as well, because, and when you have a machine like this, you can do so much without having to know so much. All you have to do is look at it and be like, okay, this is the kind of stitch that I think this decorative stitch would look really good, you know, on this shirt or whatever it is you're doing. And then you simply just select it and the machine does it for you.
That's right.
So think about that. You know, that's why we said, you know, for beginners. I mean, and listen, obviously there's a learning curve when you get started. Take your time. I mean, the basics of learning how to thread the machine and blah, blah, blah.
But it's such a wonderful hobby and a pastime too.
I would think so. And I would, you know what I think about it too is just like any other skill, when you get better at it, you could just do more stuff.
Oh my gosh,
right?
Like case in point right here. So this is the ruffler attachment foot, and I am obsessed. Everyone's obsessed with this one. This is so amazing. So one thing you can do is actually, you know, do a rolled hem.
That's cool.
And then attach it here, and then you're like halfway done with your project. It's pretty awesome. This ruffler will ruffle every 12, 6, or 1 stitch. I just did the 6. So just take a look at that. You can do it just single piece of fabric, or
like
you can go
a
ahead.
little skirt or a little curtainy thing or whatever.
Yes, and just go ahead and stitch them together at once, and that saves you time. That's what's so great about this machine.
Trying to do that by hand, like trying to figure out, exactly.
Oh my gosh, which I've done, of course. We've all done that, and we all have our different techniques, but gosh, someone already created the ruffler, so you gotta have it in your collection. It's just the way to go.
All right, so let me remind everybody too, it's only $69.99 if you wanna get it home. You can try it out, as we said, great for beginners if you've never sewed before, and all the information, everything, all those extra feet, all that stuff is included. So when you think about the package, this is a $500 package. Today you're getting it at $349. Okay, it's $150 off, but you don't have to come up with all that money. Just come up with $69.99. We'll ship it to your house. You get it in about a week, and the whole world will open up. And boy, what a great time to learn how to sew, right? I mean, my favorite season, don't get me wrong, I'm a big time skier and all that stuff, but I love fall.
Yes.
Fall to me is like, I'm not a big summer guy, and springtime rains a lot, but I love fall and winter. Some people just like the colder months, but I also love the seasons. And I love that, I love, obviously, you know, I'm from New England, so I love foliage and all that stuff.
Yes.
But I just love that you have so much going on that allows you to be creative. The holidays are, you know, it's the holiday season, so you have, and it starts right at the end of September and goes into Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and then you got Valentine's and all St. Patty's Day. It just keeps on going. And you can be creative in every one of those months or every one of those times a year.
There's always a reason to sew.
What'd you do now?
There's always something we can make. And it's so nice to just have a go-to. Like, oh my gosh, I have this idea. It just popped in my head at the grocery store. You can go home and you can stitch that out and you can make that by the end of the evening. How cool is that? And you can totally do that if you have your sewing machine. You just leave it set up. It's kind of like part of your family. You just, you just go to it and have fun. And that's what it's all about. Like, I started sewing when I was young, and I still call my mom and I say, Mom, I have this idea. And she's like, oh, that's a good idea, but what if you try this? And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and it's just this
world.
bonding thing that you get into.
And I imagine it's because I don't sew, but I would imagine that, especially you know, when you're running around crazy, that it's actually very peaceful.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of a very relaxing sort of a, well, you know, whenever you're creative, you know, and because like I said, I like, my dad taught me how to make, because he used to make candles. So I love making, and I'm telling you, it's just chill time and relaxing. So this is a great way to do it. All right, listen, we do have to move on, Miss Stephanie. Let's go run over, because I know you got something really cool coming up. But if you'd like it, it's $349.95, $150 off, and free shipping as well. So take advantage of that. And learn how to sew. I mean, it's just one of the things you're never too old to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? So even if you're sitting there thinking, oh, it's gonna take me 10 years to learn, it doesn't. Beginners can get this thing going. And, you know, then it opens up a whole new world. All right, so I don't have my own sewing machine, but I do have my own OttLite. I actually inherited an OttLite from a friend of mine who told me that she was a makeup artist, and she had said, you have to put your makeup on in what we call regular daylight. Right. That's very, very important, because that's how you know how you're gonna look when you're walking around outside. And I had really kind of crappy light inside the bedroom. So she bought an yacht light, and she never, when she left, the yacht light stayed. So I still have the yacht light at my house. And if she's watching, I'm in trouble. But anyway, I knew what she was talking about, because when you turn the light on, and this was actually, I'll let you tell some of the story, created by a doctor who decided, actually was a photobiologist, who actually said that, to get the best imagery and to get the best way that you will look in outdoor light, you need to replicate that inside. That's right. And it's called the power of natural daylight, which is what he was all about. It's the perfect light. It makes anything you do look fantastic. You have dual shade lights in here. It's totally a flexible design. There's even a little stand for your tablet or phone. But whether you're a crafter, a sewer, or a quilter, or if you're a knitter, you crochet, or you're just looking for the perfect light to put your makeup on, if you want to put it at a table or a desk, or if you sit on the floor and you need that light, this is ideal. So this day only, we put it on sale price. Okay, we took $20 off the price. It's down to $129.95. I only have a handful of these to go around, and I will tell you, once you get under and see the light that this projects, and Stephanie will show you, you will be very, very, very impressed. All right, so we have only about 15 minutes to talk about this, Miss Stephanie. What do you love about your yacht light?
Okay, so first of all, I'm a crafter, and in order to craft, you gotta have the right lighting. And the other thing is, I like to be in control of when I craft. So having natural daylight whenever you want it is super important. It's gonna get dark at 4:30 coming up. You get off work, you're like, oh, I just want to release, I want to craft. You get home, it's dark though. So, what are you going to do? Turn on your yacht light, you can craft until you want to. How fun is that? So this is the yacht light. Let's go through some features really fast, and then I'm going to speak about these awesome bulbs here. So it's 52 inches to 62 inches, has that flexible neck. Look at that range that you have here. You have these two awesome LED wings that open up.
See, mine only has one wing. I love the two wings. That's going to create more light.
Yeah, definitely more light. Look at this expansion of light. It illuminates your entire work surface. If you're crafting at the dining table, which I know a lot of you do, because I've always done that, or if you have a beautiful craft table in a perfect area, then that's wonderful too. Anywhere you want this is great. Great by the side of a bed, next to a desk, a command center like we have over there.
Yeah, over your crafting table, over your sewing area, whatever it is, right?
Anywhere, in the kitchen for your recipes. Wherever you need this. Okay, maybe in the bathroom. I don't know, I'm just saying. So anyway, so this will expand up to 62 inches. These open up to 25-inch range. These are 12.5 inches each. This is the most amazing part of this right here is this little tray that's 10 inches by 8 inches, and it's rubberized. Go ahead and feel that, Guy. Feel how rubberized the back of it. All of it is rubberized.
So nothing skips around or flips around.
There's a specific opening.
Yeah, there's a little base down here that even has little teeth to keep everything in place. Well, if you are doing a crafting project, or if you're painting, or whatever it is you're doing, and you have a template that you need to follow, or like you said, instructions that you need, it's right there, and you can be relaxed in your favorite chair or sofa. You can be at your dining room table. I love what you said, because when I do bills, I actually go to the dining room table, and the light, it's basically a dining room light. So it's only meant to, it's on a dimmer. And it's got old candlelight on there. It's not bright enough to be able to see anything.
Absolutely not.
So, and this gives you an idea of how you can adjust the light too. Check it out.
Absolutely. Okay, so here we go with, the thing about natural daylight is this, is if you have, one of the problems is with crafters is we have 500 colors of blue and 500 colors of red and blah, blah, blah. This is going to show you the natural true daylight, natural true colors with the daylight bulb. So this is obviously dark blue and obviously black right here. You can easily see the difference under the Ott light. Now the special thing about this, let's just jump right in here. So Dr. Ott was a photobiologist, and he invented the natural daylight bulb. So it's like lassoing the sun and bringing it into your living room. So if we take a look at this is the color rendering index. What that means is how accurate you're actually seeing colors. The range goes from 0 to 100, and Ott light falls at 95 of that range. So it's near perfect of seeing actual perfect daylight outside. They've been able to replicate up to 95. I mean, that's an amazing range.
It's so funny because, as I had mentioned earlier, I have an Ott light, and one of the, people even here will, like when we do fashion inside, they'll actually bring Ott lights in to show the fashion colors of the clothes that people are wearing, because you can't really, I agree with you 100%, certain browns, certain blues, certain colors do not look the same same outside as they look inside.
No, they don't.
And when you're out and about, you want people, you can check it out. I know Stephanie's gonna walk around, she's got some different things set up. But I wanna remind everybody, this is what, it's all about natural light, like sunlight. Like, I mean, you know when you go outside, and ladies, you know, like even if you wanna see your hair, like, you know, a lot of people get hair color put in their hair, and maybe you're going for a red. You know there's 1,000 different shades of red, right?
That's right.
And you want to, and that's why hairstylists will bring you outside to look at your hair and say, are you happy with this color, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. And you know, the thing is Dr. Ott invented the Ott light after 40 years of scientific research, and he found that a light that includes the entire spectrum of light wavelengths is best for our eyes, is best for our well-being. It allows us to see the true colors of objects. It reduces eye strain and glare as well. So those are all super, super important. This is not a, you can definitely go to the store and find a light with a funny movable head. Totally, you can find a bunch of them. Can you find it with an Ott light, natural daylight bulb? No, not necessarily. So it's like lassoing the sun and bringing it into your living room, but without the heat. It's not like one of those lamps that would heat your lizard cage. This is an LED bulb. So this is going to last 40,000 hours, which means if you craft 3 hours a day, it'll last 35 years, which is amazing.
That's a long time. I think that'll do. You know, I love the different options and the different possibilities of what you could use this for. There are a lot of people, like I said, that are in the professional industry, makeup artists, people that do hair, things like that, people that are stylists, that do clothes, obviously people that manufacture clothes, right? Because they need to know what true color looks like. And again, I think the best example that I could give you, like I said, is, and ladies, you know this, is like, let's say you were looking for a certain shade of auburn for your hair, okay? Or a chestnut color. So there's a big difference in how those look inside than how they look outside. And you want your hair to look how it looks when you're outdoors, because that's you know, when you're out at a picnic or at a parade or a party or whatever it is, you want people to see that beautiful color in your hair. Well, and I love your thought about bringing these, lassoing the sun and bringing it inside.
That's right, that's exactly what it is.
It is like having daylight inside your house. And that's, you know, this guy's a doctor. This is what he does. And he came up and he found the true light through this LED and the true tone of the light, so that everybody looks as good inside as they're going to look outside.
Absolutely, and I want to touch on that as well. Let's talk about lumens for a moment. So lumens are just a way to measure brightness. So this has almost 1,200 lumens. That's amazing. A little lamp over on the desk could maybe be like 500, 600. This is almost 1,200. That's really impressive. And then you're able to adjust the light for different purposes that you need. If you think that this is what you want for the highest, then there's 1, there's 2, 3, and 4 different brightnesses that you can do on this. Now, I love this tray. Like I said, it's rubberized. It's gonna hold your expensive tablets, your expensive phone, so you can go ahead and look at your instructions. One of the common things that happens when we're crafting and we're looking at instructions is they get lost on our table. They get buried under our fabric. They get buried under the cat. They get buried. We just are like, oh, where's that slip? Where's that thing? What do I do next? We're always losing it. This is your go-to. You put your instructions here. You can use it as an easel if you want to. You can put your recipe card there. Hey, go ahead and put sheet music. That's cool too.
Totally.
You can use this standing.
Less stressful on your eyes as well.
Absolutely. And this tray will go all the way down to the bottom. So I actually really like doing it when I'm putting together furniture. I set my instructions here. I sit on the floor, turn my gorgeous light on, and I can totally see, illuminates the area, and put my furniture together.
Can you imagine, though, if you are a painter, for example? I can't think of anything that a painter would need more. Or if you're a crafter that's doing coloring or any of that stuff, think about how important it is to have that light. And what's nice, too, is that when you see it under real natural light, but you're indoors, that's how it's gonna look to everybody else that sees it out wherever they are.
That's right.
When it's, you know, and it's gonna come more real, come sort of more true to life. So when you're adding colors or tones or textures to any project, but whether it's an art project or it's something, you know, personal for yourself, this is the way to do it. The flexibility is huge on this. And as I said, that's the thing on the OttLite that I have that is so impressive, is that you can bend that thing and articulate it in so many different areas.
Yes.
And my ex-girlfriend used to actually, she would sit on the floor in front of a mirror and she would take the OttLite and put it right over her, like almost like the sun would be shining.
Yes, for sure.
And apparently that worked for her.
Well, the other really neat thing is you can charge your tablets and your phones while you're using them, or it will also charge them when the light is off.
Yeah.
You can actually it'll still be charging, you know, at night when you want to be kind of souping it up ready for the next day. It'll totally do that as well. It has that capability. So this is really, really smart. It has a beautiful slender design, fits anywhere, very small
You
footprint.
can tuck it away, honestly.
You can put it in an RV. You can put it
you know where mine is?
anywhere.
It's in a closet, like like in the back of the closet. You don't even know it's there because you can straighten it out and it's just, it takes up no space.
Absolutely, and I love the dual wings. If you put them together, it really condenses the light. If you open them up, it kind of broadens it. So take a look at this again. Yes, we're absolutely seeing all the flexibility and the versatility that it has.
Hey, Kyle, can you give me an update? I know we didn't have a lot of these to go around, so I think we're already getting very limited. If you want one, I would... Really? That's it? All right, so we have about 200 left. If you'd like it, again, 4 different brightness levels. There is a USB slot there for charging, you know, for your phones and your tablets and things like that, which is such a brilliant idea. I'm so glad they did that, because you will sometimes put a tablet up there, or you could put, you know, just rest your phone on there while you're doing other things. The stand is fully adjustable, so if you are, you know, looking at things in a book, whether it's, you know, copying stuff or using
a magazine,
magazines, whatever,
on Pinterest and social media, or maybe you're watching a tutorial. You need to have that up. You could even just be playing a movie on your tablet or something, just in the background. Totally have it in there. Go in your little craft room and just kind of like, you know, because TVs take up a big space, so we don't really like to have TVs in our area.
A recipe book, like I was going to say, if you're cooking and you're standing up and you're like,
I have a recipe book.
There's no place in my kitchen that I would have a place to put a recipe book other than just laying flat down on the counter.
No, and look at the size of this recipe book. It's quite large. It's quite heavy as well, and the stand is totally stable. It's holding it really well. You're gonna really love having this because you can just put it wherever you want to.
Remember, a totally flexible design and adjustable in height. And I think, you know, when Dr. Ott created this light, he also thought about those other things. People are different heights. People are gonna be using it for different things. I love this because now from a distance, you would think these were all the same color.
Right.
Right?
Right, and the thing is about crafters especially is, you know, when you say, oh, I need to get a color red, well, the thing is we have like 15 colors or 15 shades of red, which is really funny. And the thing is when it comes to being crafty, we want to make sure that we're actually pulling the true cherry red and not the like fuchsia red, because you don't want to like paint Santa's hat the wrong pink or, you know, the wrong red and it turn out pink for all your friends. Like, what a bummer. So here's that color rendering index again. So like I said, the range is actually, the scale is 0 to 100, with 100 being true natural daylight outside. 95 is where OttLite sits on the scale, and that is like almost exactly replicating outdoor light. Isn't that amazing? So that's what this light, that's what you're getting with this OttLite, and you're getting all the flexibility. You're getting this rubberized, lovely tray that's totally adjustable all the way down, all the way up. It moves side to side. You're also getting that awesome USB port right there to plug in all of your tablets and your phones.
We have Cindy that's online, and Cindy wants to know if apparently she does some type of video work, and she said would it work as lighting for doing videos?
Absolutely.
I would say 100%. That's exact. I mean, think about it. You know, what's funny is it replicates a lot of the studio lights that we have in here.
Yes,
it's
it does.
that same kind of a thing. And you know, if we didn't have studio lights in here and we had regular lights in here, we would be sitting here in the dark. I mean, you would not see us. You would not be able to see how we're lit up and our faces or anything else, or the colors in our outfits. So yes, I would say yes to Cindy. This would mimic.
And I have a blog,
lighting.
and I use it for my blog. When I have to take photos for my blog, when I have to do video for my blog, I do use the OttLite because it just is so amazing.
Everybody that's in the business that knows photographers, things like that, will have OttLites and other lights. By the way, I want to remind you again, Kyle, my producer, just told me we have about 180 of these remaining, so they are going. I know it's a very good deal. If you've priced OttLites out in the marketplace, as I said, they're usually $150, $160, $175. So to have it at $129, and then also don't forget we are doing free shipping. so you don't have to clunk this thing in your car and try to get it home. And we're also doing FlexPay. If you don't know what FlexPay is, it's just you pay a little bit and you get the whole thing. And if you love it, you keep it. If you keep it, you pay the other payments, no interest or anything like that. Just pay it off over time. If you don't love it, send it back. We give you the return envelope or the return stamp, everything you need to send it right back. So again, this is showing you, like, if you held that back at the other side of the room, I would say there were just two dark blue looking things of thread.
And this could be your sock. This could be, think of the different kind of mediums you use, whether it's fabric or scrapbook paper or paint, whatever you like to craft with. We need to make sure we see things correctly, right? When you don't see things correctly, a lot of mistakes are actually made, which is a huge bummer and sometimes costly.
Yeah.
You know, you actually cut fabric too much, or you want to go and seam rip something and you can't because you can't see. This is perfect to do all of those types of things.
All right, this is the only airing of the day, and as I said, less than 200 to go around if you want to get one. And honestly, just try it. When you see it and you get home and you put the light on your face, especially if you're doing your makeup or brushing your hair, wait till you see the color. It's just like being outdoors. Stephanie, thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
It's
Had
great
fun.
to see you. Hey, stick around. Ellen Butter's coming up next. Concierge Collection. Be right back.
I grew up always dreaming and wanting to create things.
I see something and I see that we can make it better.
One day, the light bulb just went off. Nobody has this. They're waiting for me to invent it.
Next thing you know, you're on HSN and the whole world's hearing about it.
It just sold out.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. HSN celebrates the dreamers, inventors, and entrepreneurs who follow their hearts, helping American dreams come true.
Being here today proves anything is possible.
Welcome back, everybody. So now we are going to step, in this case, into the bedroom, and we're going to talk about great stuff from Concierge Collection. As always, we would love to hear from you. So we have our 800 number.